Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network and our very first Friends of Best Ball of the official best ball season. I'm, of course, joined by Eric, Best Ball Guy, and we are going to draft a Best Ball Mania team together in just 1 minute. That's right. It's officially best ball season is here. Friends of Best Ball will be back every single Friday. And I thought, why not stream with the man who streams every single day, a best ball draft every single day? And that is, of course, BBG, Best Ball Guy, Eric. Thank you so much for being my first friend of the best ball season. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Meg. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here and take our chance at winning $2 million. Let's change our lives here.
That's right. Let's change our lives. You know, I used to do a couple streams with Neil Warfield, and he'd always say, like, our stream, you know, he had invite me on. He was like, if we make semifinals or finals, he was like, you know, if we make the quarterfinals, that's just pushing it. But if we make semifinals or finals, let's split some fun money here. And let's go big. Let's go for the 2 million. I'm looking forward to it. We got, obviously my brother Steve is in chat. We've got Hartman, we've got Chad Candles, Best Ball on Call. And of course, Mike Robb always joins us in chat, turning in her co-host for a younger model. Keep your head up, Steve. Absolutely.
Yeah, Steve's the man.
Listen, yes. my brother is a very, very sharp, smart dude. That's why we do the whole, like, obviously this is a Friends like themed episode, and we do the whole sibling showdown with the Friends heads. He's truly like Ross, like he's like Ross is the nerd of dinosaurs. My brother is the nerd of football, but in the best way possible. He knows anything you need to know. Steve knows. He's got me on so many rookies over the past couple of years that has helped me have success in best ball. So yeah, Steve is the man. I will agree with you there. But yeah. So Eric, I have to ask, so getting into best ball, like I got in kind of through DFS. Like I played daily fantasy on like DraftKings and FanDuel for forever ago. Like it feels like, I think like 12 years ago at this point. Did you play DFS or like, what was your entry into best ball?
No, I didn't play DFS. I was just, I was very addicted to doing like mock drafts on Yahoo.
Okay.
I just loved drafting. I loved making teams. I even used to play like, you know, my video games. Like I wouldn't even like play the actual games. I would play manager mode and like draft teams and create teams and stuff like that. I've always done that. And so when I found out that you can basically draft teams that might potentially win you money, that's all it took from me. That's all it was really. Yeah. I just love drafting.
I absolutely love it. No. And I mean, so how long have you had your channel? Because your channel, again, you're so consistent, you're drafting, doing live streams every day, and a ton of great drafts. Not only do you do one, I mean, you usually are doing like 3 or 4 drafts a night, but how long have you had your channel?
We started March 1st last year.
Okay. Is that all? My God. I mean, that's amazing what you've done in that short of time. That's awesome. So you basically started for the big board last year.
Yeah. Meg, I will say, I don't know if you are cutting in and out a little bit. I don't know. Just so you know.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I thought it might go away, but it hasn't. But
okay.
No biggie. I can vamp for a little bit.
I was going to say, you'll have to vamp anytime. Am I good right now?
It's a little laggy.
Okay.
You're not moving, but I hear you.
Oh, great. Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll try to mess around with stuff here, but
no, you're good. But yeah, I started March 1st last year. So yeah, kind of prime time, big board season. And yeah, when I started the channel, what I always said was I'm trying to get 100 subscribers before the start of the season. And I don't know how or why, but we had 1,500 subscribers by the end of the season. So I guess, yeah, just streaming every day helps, you know, like being consistent on YouTube for the algorithm is huge.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. Well, no. And that's why we've been trying to do content like every single day. Live drafts, not quite as much, but we're going to work our way there. But no, you're a model of how to do it the right way. And I mean, obviously, if you're watching this right now, you're probably already following Eric on Twitter, Best Ball Guy on YouTube. But if you're not, for some crazy reason, make sure You are. Now I have to ask before we jump into it.
I'm going to go in and out real quick because you're still lagging for me, but everyone says that you are good.
Okay. No, yeah. Come in and out. I'll jump to the chat.
Let me go in and out really quick.
Okay. Sounds perfect. Yeah, Steve said, I finally admitted it after 42 years. Yes, I finally admit it. No, I know my brother's the smartest dude in the world. Let's say they all give in eventually. Okay, yeah. So hopefully everything works out because I'm super excited to stream with Eric here. This should be a lot of fun. Okay, how do I sound now, Eric?
Still a little laggy, but it's not the end of the world. I'll be fine.
Okay, I was gonna say if there's anything, if we need to use private chat, whatever we do to make sure we can get this draft in and as
long as the chat and people watching this are like hearing everything fine and it looks good, then I'll be fine. I see what you're saying, but you're not moving very much for me, which is but it's all good.
Oh my. Well, we power through. I feel like I always have like AV issues some way, somehow, and I'm not the most technically sharp person. So we'll power through. So we're good here. So what is, best ball season just kicked off Monday. Obviously, we had our big board favorites, but some of my favorites are still here in the BBM or the best ball season. What are some of your favorite ADP clicks at any price?
Right now, I think I'm trying to, let's see. I've definitely been leaning into like Breece Hall in the 4th round. I think you're getting a blue chip player with an upgraded O-line, a team that clearly wants to run the ball a ton. We understand that mobile quarterbacks kind of set up bigger rushing lanes for these guys quite a bit. Also, Justin Fields, though he's a rusher, is I think it's kind of overlooked how much he actually uses the check down.
Right.
Kind of interesting that he does that. But you're getting a blue chip player who's amazing in the passing game, also a very explosive runner. A lot of people kind of write him off after last year, but I'm a Jets fan. I follow the Jets closely. I promise you guys, Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers were just bringing everyone down. Breece Hall is 24 years old. He's in the prime of his career, and the guy was like the running back 3 or 4, like after he came back from the ACL on points per game or something like that. It was pretty nuts. The guy is insane. There was a reason we were taking him at the 106 or whatever last year. So 4th round discount on that. I think it's all based on that one blurb that came out that
the coach from the conference.
There's no chance that Braylon Allen or Isaiah Davis play over Breece Hall. That's not a realistic possibility in my mind, just talent wise. I mean, I'm also been a Jets fan long enough to know that we're pretty dumb and do dumb stuff quite a bit. But are
you excited about the new coach at least?
Yeah, I like Aaron Glenn. I think I like the continuity, him, being from the Lions, then bringing our offensive coordinators also from the Lions, which is fun. And I think they did a really good job in the draft. Just got players we needed, just good O-line upgrade, got Mason Taylor. I think we had a good draft. I like that we didn't take an extra quarterback because I am really going to sound like a homer right now, but one of my other favorite picks right now is Justin Fields after them not taking a quarterback. But let me try to think of a non-Jets pick. Who have I really been
while you're thinking about that? You got an agreement in the chat. Hackett can bring players down. Hartman, Stephen WC, always good to see you. I agree. Hall is very underrated right now. AG going to pound that rock. What about? From listening to your shows, I think you and I are on a lot of similar rookies. Hopefully that pans out for both of us. I know you're big into Travis Hunter, as am I. Who are some of your other favorite rookies?
He's a smash. He's an absolute smash. He will only get more expensive the entire time.
Exactly.
I can see people talking themselves into him in the 2nd round by the end of this contest, to be honest. So I was talking about this on stream yesterday. But basically what I'm trying to do, I love when you get a pick in the back end of the draft. You can start your draft with like a Nico Collins, which I love because Stroud is probably one of my favorite quarterback prices on the board as well. He was a 5th, 6th round pick last year for a reason. He had an amazing rookie season. They go out and fire Slowick and then immediately take multiple pass catchers.
Yeah.
So just kind of indicating that they want to throw the ball. Even the only running back they drafted is just a pass catcher, really. Woody Marks is like a receiver.
Yeah.
So it just kind of screams to me that they want to throw the ball a good amount.
Right.
So that's why I end up on Nico Collins a lot, because any one of those guys in the top 12 can be amazing. But he gets me into Stroud, which I really like. I also take Lamb a lot because he gets me into Dak, who's very cheap right now.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Ferguson and Tolbert, right? That whole offense is insanely cheap.
Fun fact about Dak, the two finals, I had a BBM finals 2023 season. I had the Bulldog finals this past season. I think I did that. Or no, 2022 season BBM3 finals team didn't do that well. Justin Jefferson got one catch in the finals. That was a bummer. And then Higgins didn't play because of that, that game. So, and then my Bulldog team last season, both were Dak teams. Both were 3 quarterback teams that only made it because I drafted 3 quarterbacks because Dak was injured for the first part of the 2022 season and the last part, obviously middle to last part of this season, but still made the finals, ironically, with Dak Lamb teams. So actually, no, the one wasn't Lamb, but yeah. So I have a little soft spot in my heart because my 2 finals teams were Dak teams. So, and whether he was there or not.
Yeah, no, that's fair. There's like brand guys for sure. Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
Me and NP43 got like second in the Chihuahua last year with
the big Bengals stack, right?
Yeah, it was a massive Bengals stack with a Marvin Mims like week 17 bring back.
Right.
So like T Higgins is just like a brand guy for me. I just love T Higgins. I have him on like 4 of my 5 dynasty teams and whatever. I don't know.
So you're a big dynasty. You're a big dynasty guy too, right? Because I'm not really in the dynasty.
Yeah, I got like 5 leagues. I mean, some of these guys out here. I'm not gonna name names. Bindles.
I was gonna say I thought Bindles
got like 100 leagues. I don't even know how that's possible.
How do you keep up? I don't know how you do keep up with that.
Yeah, I'm at my max with 5, to be honest.
Yeah. Let me just say hi to our guy, King of Kings, Frank. Hopefully you can join us. Here we go again, another football season. Of course, Fantasy Football Garage is on tonight, starting 9:45 Eastern, I think, or 8:45 Central, doing a bunch of eliminator drafts. Both of us will be on it. Steve will be on it. Emo Cowboy, Cody, PPR Tyler, lots of fun guests. So be sure to check out good old Candyman's stream. If you want to join us, I know someone said, can you try to wait? I just wanted to hear Eric's like favorite clicks, but we are about ready to jump in. Are you fine with a 30-second just to give us a little more time?
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. What have you been doing more often, 20 or 30-second clocks?
Definitely 30 with guests for sure.
I think you kind of need that.
20, I get flustered when I'm by myself doing it even.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you want to join us, I'm going to enter the, of course, BBM6 30-second clock in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm entering. These have been taking longer to fill. Yeah, there's 7 more to fill. So I'll pull it up. 7 more to fill. You have plenty of time if you want to get in. I think with the other puppy and the Chihuahua active, I think these take a little bit longer to fill. I think the 20-second fills a little quicker. So yeah, we're waiting for 4 people. And if you want to join us, there is plenty of room for you to join us here. What's your favorite pick spot? Yeah, I know you kind of mentioned the back half of the draft. I'm kind of with you.
I'm liking like 110, I think, or 111, whatever. Like get Nico or Amon-Ra.
Right.
But the main thing is you can double tap like Rashee Rice, who I think will be a big riser, and then still get Travis Hunter in the early 4th. Mm-hmm. So you're potentially getting like, 3 second-round picks by the end of this contest on your team. So I'm liking the back half of the board. I hate like pick 3. I don't know, like
yeah,
it's like the elite running back spot, but then once the board comes back to you in the second, the wide receivers look gross, and then you're looking at good running backs again, and it's just so I've been pulling CD Lamb up when I get 3 or whatever, and like just because I know I'm going to be looking at like Jonathan Taylor and Bucky coming back to me.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I agree with you. I like the back half. Steve says 9 through 12. Hartman says 6. Omega King said, good to see you. Omega King, he says, give me the top half again. Stephen WC says, I was able to get Thomas and Hunter at the 10. Yeah, Steve and I did that last night. We got BTJ at the 1-2 turn. I think we had the 12 spot, and then we got Hunter at the 3-4 turn, and then obviously we got a Lawrence double stack, so that was fun. So I agree with that. Fancy Football Garage agrees with us. Let's get that Nico start. So we are only waiting for one more person, and then we can kick this thing off. First, friends of best ball of the 2025 draft season. Can't wait. Ben, I'm not sure if you're able to get in with us or not. One more spot available. Likes all the draft spots, but right now I'm liking the back kind of back turn. Whatever. So
just for those 3-4 turn kind of values.
Yeah,
it's like the difference between getting Travis Hunter versus looking at like Chris Godwin and Roma Dunze like in the 4th is so different.
Right. Rookie running backs. I know there's some rookie running backs you really like. My obsession with Cam Scatterby is very well documented, very well known. I believe you like him. Do you like the Giants?
I like Scatterby. Yeah. I mean, he is incredible to watch.
He's so fun to watch. He's so fun to watch. I'm a Washington fan, and I'm going to just enjoy watching him even in a Giants uniform. He is super fun to watch for sure.
Yeah. Other rookie running backs. I had a bunch of Quinshon Judkins, so much so to the point where I took him in all my like bigger boards, not even really intentionally.
Right.
But I remember looking at it and I had like 4 times the amount of money on Judkins. So I stopped, I kind of backed off of him towards the very end just in case, but he got a really good landing spot.
He should be a little more workhorse back there, I mean, even though Samson, they went there too. So I agree.
Yeah. I kind of think they're going to do like a Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt kind of thing with those two.
Right.
But who knows? Maybe Ford is more involved than I think he is.
Right.
But yeah, other rookie running backs. The Caleb Johnson landing spot is great.
I'm pretty obsessed with the Caleb Johnson
landing spots.
Yeah, when you hear Mike Tomlin and them talk about Caleb Johnson, it's like the word workhorse keeps getting used, and like I just feel like he's going to have that massive role. Looks like we do have a lot of names in here. Okay, so we've got King of Kings at the ones. That's Frank. We got King of Kings at the 1 spot. Omega King at 3. I was inverted at, I don't know if he intentionally got in with us or not, but Paul, I was inverted 4. We are 5. So we didn't quite get our wish to get back in the 10 through 12, but we are 5. Hartman is 7. Faraci 8. What's up, Watson? That he was in with us. That is Ben, I believe. Yeah, Ben here he is at the 9 spot. And if you are 10 through 12, let us know. But yeah, there's a lot of us in between 1 through 9 here. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So what do you typically do here at 5? I mean, obviously it depends on the folks before
praying CD Lamb falls to us.
Yeah, I mean, and plenty of times.
If not, I might go. I don't even know, honestly. Let's just see what happens.
Okay, Best Ball calls with us at 6 too.
Yeah.
Okay, 12. K-Mac is 12 spot again. Good luck from Best Ball. Thank you guys. Good luck to you as well. This is a fun one. We got a pretty full room.
Yeah, Lamb has flipped Gibbs. I didn't even know that. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm not surprised. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I was inverted. Did take Liam. So Bijan Gibbs. We could pull up Genty.
I want a wide receiver.
Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever.
Let's do. Man, it's tough, Meg. Do you have a lean? I want to do a wide receiver.
I'd say Neighbors. If
I'm cool. I'm cool with Neighbors. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do Neighbors.
The talent's amazing. All the quarterbacks should be fine for him, but I don't necessarily want to take any of them.
No, agree there. Totally agree there. But yeah, no, I just heard an interview with him too. I can't remember who he was being interviewed by, but basically they were kind of like joking about like receivers being divas. And he was like, basically like, hell yeah, I'm a diva. I want the ball as much as possible. And so I was like, okay, he goes up the ranks a little bit.
He's in the same talent tier as Jefferson and Chase. He's amazing.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. I was kind of not on him a lot last year just because I was so the quarterback situation, but I just think certain guys of that talent, you just close your eyes on that. So
if anyone's wondering like why pass on the running back there, I will say there's a massive difference. Hartman's there, DMH at the 7. Getting Gibbs at 7 is fine because when you see what comes back around to him, you have the option to take AJ Brown, some other really stud wide receiver, whereas our wide receiver, if Ladd and AJ Brown are gone, we're looking at like JSN and Tyreek Hill, It's kind of gross. So.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So, because we have 4. So, best ball and cause 6. And yeah, Hartman 7, Faraci 8, Ben 9. So, yeah, this is full here. So, all right. So, we are coming back around. Yeah. You make a good point about kind of what's then available to you, most likely on.
Right. Like, and if all those wide receivers are gone, then I'm like, yeah, let's go Bucky or Jonathan Taylor. That's kind of how, or Achane, if he's there, that would be sweet.
Right. And right now, they
all
are. So,
and I love elite tight end. I haven't been doing it as much because all the tight ends are mispriced, in my opinion.
Right.
I'm Achane.
I was gonna say I like to defer, like, give my 2 cents, but like defer to my my friend of best ball. So so you want to start Achane neighbors here?
Sounds great.
I think that's a fun start.
We
got
2 guys that could put up 40 in the same week.
Yeah, and then we'll be back up at 29. Yeah, I don't know. It's like kind of all the turn picks. I do like the back half turn more than the front half turn, but I think prices are going to be in this, especially in BBM where it's open all summer long, so fluid. Yeah. So, we'll be able to mix up the different combos here. But no, I like the neighbors Achane start for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And Inverted takes Tyreek Hill there. I've kind of been coming back around on Tyreek Hill.
I haven't yet. I'm just concerned, like, just an older receiver that relies on speed. I'm a little nervous about it, but I probably need to get like the comfortable 4% exposure blanket or whatever they say. Probably need a little though.
Yeah. For sure. I just haven't seen. I mean, I can't really use this argument because I haven't seen a fall off from Derrick Henry, but I'd never take it. But I haven't seen a fall off from Tyreek Hill. But
yeah, I mean, obviously last year was just so weird with Tua injured,
The Dolphins' year is almost like the Jets' year in a way. It's just like throw it out. It doesn't even exist really. Like the whole thing fell apart. They lost everything. They lost their O-line. Tyreek had a wrist problem the whole year.
So we are back. We've got Marv, Terry, Kyron, Devontae, and then the quarterbacks. Then you mentioned Rice, Evans. So
yeah. No, I'm definitely leaning Marv or Terry. Terry is in Neighbors division if you really want a galaxy brain, potentially getting a playoff. Week.
I like both. I've only done 3 BBMs. I have one of each. So
okay. We'll do Terry. Let's do Terry.
Okay, got it. In time. Fun fact, maybe it's the Washington homer in me, but Terry, the 2 final teams, Terry was also on both my final teams. So maybe
Terry didn't get any competition in the draft either. Like they didn't even add a running back, so they added Jalen Lane, but that's not obviously going to affect Terry.
No.
Jaden Daniels looks amazing. And when you're talking about the Cardinals offense versus the Washington offense, sometimes you can just kind of lean into the better team.
Right. Kelly says we're being too polite to each other. Well, this is our first time streaming.
Tower, Kelly.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I saw you guys yesterday. That was pretty funny. No, maybe as we do more streams together, we'll get a little more feisty. But
sure. No, absolutely. Also, I like Terry there because with now that we're not in 20-round drafts, quarterbacks are going later. And so sometimes Jaden Daniels will fall all the way back to you, which is a fun option.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll do this again later in the year so we can, because I want to get like a Travis Hunter team.
Yes.
Because I was almost thinking, I was like, man, we could just take Travis Hunter there.
Where did he go in this one?
Went the 4 turn right there.
Yeah.
With Brian Thomas. Right?
That's exactly what I did on Sibling Showdown yesterday. We did Thomas and Hunter at the turn. So I absolutely love that. Whoever that is.
Or maybe we'll get the massive Breece Hall fall. Like, I don't know why, but he just falls and falls and falls. So, I mean, I'd be stoked if we could have Breece and HN in the running back group.
Yeah, we might get that. And like you said, only one quarterback has gone so far, so Jaden may be an option.
Yeah, there's gonna be. I know. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, Faraci has not. For the love of God, can I get one share, Travis Hunter? It really is where you are. So,
I'm very proud of myself. My second BBM draft of the season, I got Hunter at pick 59.
Ooh, that's really nice.
That was sweet.
That's really nice. Okay, so Breece Hall went 1 pick before us. Jaden is there. Did you want to go?
Jaden Daniels, yeah. And let's we can get cheeky and push him, but I don't think it's worth it. But.
Yeah, probably not. No, I like that start. 1-1-2, Jaden, Achan, Neighbors, McLaurin. That's a fun
team is sick.
Fun little start there. So back up at 53. I'll just keep it here. What are your clicks here in early 5th round, top of the board?
It's tough. We could set up the Miami double with Waddle. I've kind of been thinking through what I do take Miami players. I kind of want just like to take all of them and just say that Tua's healthy and the offense works again, because they're all pretty mispriced.
Right.
If that's the case. So Waddle's a fine pick. I've been coming around on Metcalf because I'm pretty sure Rodgers is going there.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident about Rodgers as well.
And I think people will talk themselves into Metcalf coming back up. Flowers here is an ADP fall.
Yeah, I'm not a big Flowers girl, but I'll take him if you want to. I just think some of these other guys, he's just as, an underdog, the touchdown, I would probably
leave. If you like Metcalf more, go Metcalf. I don't care. I don't care.
Let's go Metcalf. Let's go Metcalf if you don't mind. I mean, I like to do Friends of Best Ball because it does help me diversify my build structure, diversify my player my player portfolio. But for some reason, Zay Flowers has just never been one. I just feel like his touchdown upside, he only got 4 last year, 6 the year before, and that's when
between Derrick Henry and Mark Andrews there, it's kind of hard for him to.
And then even if Andrews were to go down, we saw what Likely can do.
There's a
lot of mouths to feed there.
The thing about Flowers that you want to think about is when he does score a touchdown, it's usually from distance. So in a best ball format, his spike weeks are pretty massive.
Sure. Yeah. No, he can have that
part about Flowers.
The big he had a lot of over 100 games and that kind of stuff, 100-yard games and that kind of stuff. It's just more the touchdown.
Exactly. He's total boom or bust, really.
Absolutely. And the Ravens, Harbaugh has basically said that if you expect it to be the same guy every week, it's not. It's going to be 1 week, Henry, 1 week Andrews, 1 week, Flowers. So got to be patient with that. You had mentioned this, but I agree. I think we're going to see Hunter second round, late in the summer, certainly getting steam to the 2-3 for sure. And that's why the combos you get with him will be really interesting and fun. K-Mac says, sorry, Farachi, not today. Oh, okay. He got Hunter, obviously. All right. What happened to Frank? Let me see. Frank is at the 1 spot. So he started Jamar Chase. Someone took Burrow.
This guy has 4 running backs and Burrow. Come on.
Whoa.
I mean, we'll take it. I'm stoked to have people like that in my drafts. If you're watching, no offense, but I don't like that start. Because even hyper fragile works. We saw the BBM1 winner win with hyper fragile, but
Hyperfragile was my finals team too, but I wouldn't do a quarterback there at all.
No. But he took the running backs weren't 1, 2, 3, 4. They were first round, second round, 6th round, 9th round. They weren't this high priced.
I think mine last year, just because the prices fell, I want to say mine last year for my and Bulldog, obviously too, not BBM, obviously the smaller field, it had 2 of a 10 advance rate in the playoffs and a 25 person final. So, that's what's nice about those smaller fields. But I think my running backs, it was Saquon, Henry and Saquon, Henry and Jacobs. And I want to say it was 2, 3, 5, and then someone dusty at 10 or 12 or something like that. But I did mid to late quarterbacks and then late round tight end. And that's how I kind of made it work to still hit the receivers basically.
Yeah.
Going an unstacked Burrow there just makes no sense. Okay. So we're back on the clock.
Double stack it.
There we go. We go.
This is awesome. I love this team.
All right, 114 with the Jaden Daniels double stack. Hopefully,
Debo's been falling too. I don't really get why. Nothing happened. I mean, they drafted Jalen Lane. I don't know. Maybe people think Jalen Lane is really that big of a deal or something. But
I mean, that was a 4th round, like you said. That was late
4th round, and then no running back. So
I was stunned. Honestly, as a Washington fan, I was stunned at the no running back thing. I just think Brian Robinson and Eckler, they're both on their last year of the contract.
Yeah, and you would think you guys are so good that a really good running back would push you guys over the edge potentially.
Okay, I was looking for our guy.
I know. I was hoping we'd get the double stack.
Yeah,
with Caleb. We're kind of out of running backs here, huh?
Yeah. I don't mind Pollard, but
I don't want to reach for him though. I'd rather take another receiver.
Okay,
The
so
board is interesting, but honestly, not really. The tight ends are so mispriced down lower.
So Pickens,
double stack Pittsburgh sounds gross.
yeah,
I like a rookie receiver, Burden, Jaden Reed. Do you like Burden?
I like Burden. I think
Go
I
Burden.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
You want
I'm
to
in
pull him
love with
up?
Burden.
Yeah, I don't really care that it might be a little early, honestly. Even
I'll say it right now. I think Igbuka, Burden, and Golden all go like higher than this at the end of the contest.
Yeah.
The rookies just tend to get more steam as the season, unless something happens at camp or something, right? Like if something negative happens, sure. But like if it's just all things are normal, like these guys are just slowly going to move up because they're rookies and they have a lot of draft capital, and they are more exciting than taking Khalil Shakir and whatever.
Absolutely. Especially I could see Shakir on like DraftKings drafters full point PPR, but it's hard to get around unless I had a Josh Allen stack. That's why I took him, honestly. And even then I'm kind of on the half point PPR touchdown hunting, just not as in on Shakir at all. So what other stacks do we have? We're not.
I was hoping Swift would fall back. He doesn't. He's going earlier and earlier, which is good. He realistically is probably like a good 6th round pick, even with the current running back room.
Right.
Excuse me.
I still wonder if Dallas or Chicago does anything. Would you be surprised? Like, if it is, it would be. It would probably be with someone.
I just don't know what they could really do that would make me like. I mean, Dallas for sure. Javonte is pretty dusty. Like, if Dallas brought in Dobbins or Chubb or something, that would make things really murky.
Right.
But if Bears bring in Chubb, like, I don't know.
Doesn't change much. But yeah,
like,
Swift would still have.
Swift is so explosive that it's just so different. Than Nick Chubb.
Would you want to go double sophomore quarterback here with Caleb at the top of the board, or are you interested in anything?
I like to push it. That's kind of the luxury we get by taking an elite quarterback.
Right. So definitely.
At the minimum, I would like to see if he falls back to the 9th round.
Sure. What stands out to you?
I like Jaden Higgins here.
Okay.
Pulling him up. I can't see the players right here. So
my bad. That is totally my fault. Yeah.
Okay. So Jaden Higgins, what running backs are there?
And not the ones Scatterbo.
Scatterbo.
Yeah. That's a great point.
I'm cool with that. I wonder if he falls back to us.
He's been going solidly in the 90s.
Let's go Scatterbo. Maybe Higgins falls back. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen him solidly in the 90s, but everybody knows I'm just obsessed with Scatterbo. So, I like it.
I think he takes the job from
I do too. The more I watch on it, the more I hear like some coach speak, them talking about it. They kind of need to nail this draft to keep their jobs. And I think Scatterbo, and unfortunately as a Washington fan, might help them do that. I don't know. Yeah. I just think he's going to be so fun.
I'm only going off highlights here, but Scatterbo's a good receiver, right?
Yeah. He's got the receiving game, and just like Steve keeps mentioning his contact balance, like so hard to get down.
That's insane. Yeah, and that's what I was kind of like wondering. So I was like, oh, maybe he's like the early down guy, and then Tracy comes in on passing downs. But I'm like, why did they even take him off the field if he's a good receiver?
Right. And Tracy, I just looked it up. I think he was like 32nd in points per game. So it's not like he was like, I mean, was he fine? Yes, but he was
just cool because he was like a 17th round pick. So
he was,
everyone who took him was just,
for that part is great. And, are you shocked that he wasn't taken before us, or shocked that we took him? We were going to take him.
Shocked that Meg took him here.
Yeah, just stunning that Meg took another Scatterbo.
Yeah, we needed that. I like getting the running back there. B-Rob goes. He's getting pulled up. I think that's fair.
Getting pulled up. Yeah.
B-Rob was I didn't even think about him, but yeah, we have Daniels. Maybe I should have thought about that. But he realistically probably needs to go next to like Aaron Jones and these guys up here. I like that.
The only thing that bums me or worries me about B-Rob, and Steve and I talked about this yesterday, he was even losing some work to like the third running back. I'm forgetting his name. McNichols. It was like, that's just odd to me. I like what Frank did here. He lost out on the Burrow stack, but then he got Kittle, Pearsall, Purdy, and then got Justin Fields, who you mentioned. Yeah. I think that's a great recovery for getting sniped on a nice Bengals stack. I think that's really impressive, Frank.
Absolutely. And Fields covers Burrow week 17, maybe.
Yeah. So Higgins did go.
Yeah.
Did you want to go Caleb, or did you want to look?
Let's go. Well, let's take a look, I guess. Just
so we got Cup, Kirk, Rashid, Shaheed, Mims.
No.
Nah, that doesn't.
Nothing.
Tracy, not these. Yeah.
No, Pacheco's interesting because they didn't add anyone besides Rashard Smith, but I'll take Caleb. It's fine.
Okay, I was gonna say 6 seconds. I'll let you call it here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go Caleb.
Go Caleb.
All
that
right.
feels good. We're gonna stop at 2 quarterbacks.
That's fine. And then
so I've been asking my stream this or the chat this when I stream, but can someone, you guys can play along, someone name a mispriced tight end on the board like they're a bad price? Everyone says
Laporta. Too cheap or too
like they're too
expensive?
No, they're too expensive.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's challenge impossible. They're all cheap.
They're all cheap.
You can not have a tight end into round 16 and then take 3 starting tight ends to end your draft if you want.
Yeah, that's why I think sometimes you lean like whatever's kind of worked for you. Late round, mid-late round has always worked for me. So I tend to lean that way. And as you said, like you can get like and I think I've seen you take him before. I don't understand why Gesicki goes so late. Like he's attached to one of the top offenses that throws at one of the highest rates
too.
Yeah.
He's contingent value, and he is better than he's going to get more targets than Yoshi Voss or Burton.
Right. So, right. And like you said, the contingent value too, like
smash. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like who else is down? There's so many guys down.
Okay. Mega King says Kelsey. I'll kind of agree there. I do worry this could be the year where it's truly dust for Kelsey.
Sure.
That would be one of the only ones.
These are the two I hear a lot are Kelsey and Warren. I get the arguments. You got super old guy, and then you got like tight end on the Colts, which has not worked out in like a decade.
Chad Candle says Tracy wasn't in the Big Bird pool last year. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, he wasn't. We were all looking for him.
That's funny. Steve, we just did a show on this. Check it out. We have a whole rookie series on the Fanspeak Network under the Best Ball tab of rookies we're drafting right now. Of course, Scatterbu's in it, and we kind of think he's going to be the 1A, but he kind of thinks that Steve kind of thinks that Tracy would be more like Warren, essentially.
All right,
Warren rules. So we're coming back up at sorry, we are on the clock. So did you want to go? This sticks out to me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
you get perfect. The new coach and you get the 2 players he targeted in the draft with Caleb.
How fun is that? I mean, listen, I took a lot of DJ Moore, but the more I think about it, I kind of love having a Caleb Burden Loveland stack because like you said, it's the guys that he took, is his guys. So yeah. I really
top 10 draft pick. He's not Bowers in everything he does, but his receiving, like his ability to catch the ball is Bowers like. He's got very good hands. So love that.
Right.
Tooten goes. That was my guy. I didn't want to bring him up.
Frank Sharp. There he goes.
That is a smash pick, in my opinion. I think them taking him, but then also the another indicator to me is drafting LaQuint Allen late in the draft. Just kind of tells me that they're not in love with their current running back situation to take 2 of them in the draft. Tuten's athletic profile is incredible. I mean, if he gets the ball, it's going to be insane. I don't know if he will, but it will be very fantasy friendly.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of maybe ETN or something is one of the ones that could get moved to like a Dallas.
Yeah. ETN to Dallas would be sick. ETN to Chicago doesn't even make sense. That's just like Swift.
Okay. Well, I queued up Charbonnet to see if you like that, and then Snap Omega King got it. So what do you like on the board? Top of the running back.
Running back, man.
Yeah. So you got ETN. Yeah, this isn't.
I haven't taken ETN since the big board. I don't know. Do you think he can get moved?
I mean, if he gets moved, that's where it'd be interesting. If he's not moved, I don't like it at all.
I hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wide receiver look like?
We're on the board. I don't mind like a Jack Besh if you want to do that, or if you like Hollywood.
Let's do Hollywood.
That's fine.
Do Hollywood. That's my guy.
I knew Hollywood. Okay, I did know Hollywood was your guy. Okay.
It's such a good wide receiver 6. I'm telling you, it's just like I forgot who we were talking about earlier, like Flowers, right? Like there's gonna be a game where Hollywood is the guy who scores the touchdown. Like he's going to have his 8 targets and he's going to score. He's going to have spike weeks with Patrick Mahomes. I'm a huge believer that Mahomes is not going to look like the Chiefs offense is not going to look like it has the last 2 years.
Right. Yeah. No,
Hollywood big brand guy for sure. Hartman. Super good pick though. Like, I mean, like after that, it gets really weird. Yeah, you're taking Jack Besh. I get it. Jack Besh is definitely an interesting profile, but after that, there's not much here. And I don't know. We were taking Hollywood at like the 5th round last year, and then he had to get, he hurt his shoulder in a preseason game. He had surgery. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm like, I understand. Yeah,
I know Steve agrees with you on Hollywood. He always pushes me to take more Hollywood. So I like it. I like it. And Steve just said, damn, 2 double stacks this is a nice start. So that is nice. 2 double stacks with sophomore quarterbacks, very nice. K-Mac talks about, what about the situation? Oh, he's talking about Mark Andrews. You were talking about tight end values. Mark Andrews, huge value.
He's a great value.
Yeah.
What about all great values though? I
did a marathon this morning and he fell like 15 spots past ADP in the marathon.
In a marathon?
In a marathon too. Weird. Like that kind of surprised me even more.
Yeah, so. I think he should be going a little earlier in that almost.
Yeah. So 11 TDs. And then Chad Candle's hard to have to agree that Tootin Allen could be the 1-2 there. Yeah, I just feel like one of those guys gets moved, but it's like I feel like kind of, I don't know, like I'm kind of like a deer in the headlights where I don't know what to do with like the ETN Tank Bigsby situation of it.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't ready to ruin our BBM team with a potential Travis Etienne share there. Hollywood's a safe, good pick.
Yes, no, I like that. Absolutely. Chayo Fantasy, good to see you.
There's not much wide receivers left after this. I already know for a fact if we pull up the wide receiver tab, it's pretty gross. It's going to be like Quentin Johnston, Leggett.
Oh, I hate that range. Yeah.
It's the grossest thing I've ever seen. Okay,
so we actually will be back up here.
This is so crazy. This is why you don't take an early tight end. Like I love Bowers and McBride, but I just haven't been able to do it because
right. Well, the other thing about early tight end is like, in Kelsey's prime, like what was it? Yeah, like 3 years ago, BBM, 3 or whatever. I'll talk about it after this pick, like how that kind of burned me. But 2-2-6-1 running backs here. You're in that kind of Benson Bigsby. I don't mind Ray Davis. I don't mind even pulling up Rashad White.
Rashad White is a good pick. I'm into that. Let's do White.
Okay,
nice. Because he's got standalone value, and we have Scatterboo who might get off to kind of a slow start. So
exactly, yeah. And I just like attached to a really good offense too. So then we're just 7 picks away at 149 with the 2-3-6-1. As you mentioned, if you wanted to hit another tight end in this range, you've got Kincaid, Likely, Ferguson.
You got Ferguson didn't get competition. Goddard's been like a 6th to 9th round pick his entire career, and he hasn't done anything different besides he broke his forearm last year, which can't really hold against him. Kyle Pitts got no competition in the draft. I know we all kind of hate Kyle Pitts for what he's done to us, but still, he's still putting up like 700 yards each season,
right?
Like which we were very disappointed by, but at this range,
right? So let me just double check that there's no.
I like Ray Davis quite a bit.
I was gonna say I need to take more Ray Davis, so I definitely think that's
and then we need running back. Like I said, like there's so many there's way more starting tight ends down there than this too. So,
right.
I'm cool. There goes Ray Davis.
Okay, so there he goes there.
Maybe Benson. I mean, Benson. I don't know. I don't know why I feel weird about Benson. I love Benson, but I just feel weird about him.
I was actually talking to Steve needed Connor in week 17 last year. Connor went out and I was like, did Benson do anything? And he really didn't,
that's
what kind of scares me. And like, I don't know when he did get him
went to DeMarcado first.
So what do do you think about following Ferguson?
Go Ferguson. I mean, that's just a good pick.
We're getting nice ADP value there. I think the combination
in the division with Washington, so might land a week 17 or something.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, so let's check out the board, see what other people are doing in this draft here. So we got King of Kings, Frank at the 1 spot. Yeah, he started the double stack, JSN, Rome, Kittle. And I love the 49ers stack, Caleb Johnson, Brock Purdy, Justin Fields. He got 2, and he's taken a lot of picks that we were talking about, Javonte Williams, Kincaid, and he got Ray Davis there. Let's see, Omega King, Justin Jefferson, Trey McBride, Bucky Irving, Devonta Smith, got the Jalen Hurts stack. That's very fun. David Montgomery, which that's crazy that, Hurts is solidly in the 5th now, which is kind of wild.
I don't get it. Yeah.
David
I'm overexposed on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I needed to be taking more. I kind of like in big board season just had like a solid 8 to 10% of all the elites, basically. But
yeah.
But yeah, I like then the running backs here, David Montgomery, and then Jacoby Myers, Brian Robinson. He ended up getting Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, Charbonnet, Jalen McMillan, and he got Goddard. And then let's see, we just got a little more. We'll get to I was invert Paul here, started Lamb, Hill, Garrett Wilson, Hampton, Jalen Waddle, Quinshon Junkins, TJ Hawkinson, Trey Harris, Jordan Mason, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Tucker Kraft, Tua. I actually don't mind this if you want to hit like 3 quarterback stacks in this like
that team is sick, Paul. Nice job.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like that's such, if you're not doing the elites and you can hit 3 in that sweet spot area of like the whatever.
Absolutely. If you advance a team to the finals, you want more outs to a quarterback, wide receiver, or tight end stack. Just like a DFS lineup, you just want more options that could possibly smash.
Absolutely.
So if you so for example, I don't know if we have a player on this team that would even fit with this, but even if you have Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, this happened on Typhel Tower yesterday. We just took McCarthy like 40 picks past ADP.
That's so funny. Steve and I got McCarthy like 30 picks past ADP too.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, I don't need to take like a backup running back when I have JJ McCarthy here.
Right, especially if you feel comfortable enough with the other rooms. But even this tight end room, I might feel comfortable enough with Loveland Ferguson,
Yeah. So I might go 3. I tend to go 3 with the rookie.
So we are on the clock.
I can't see the players.
Oh, keep messing that up. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Tank Bigsby, Sampson. I know you like Braylon Allen.
Let's grab the Bigsby fall.
Okay, that's a big.
If they trade ETN or something, we have no idea how this room's going to shake out. No. I'm very high on Tootin, but 20 pick value. This is exactly how you get into players that I don't normally take, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fun. Absolutely. Okay, so 7 up in 7 picks at 173. Like you said, this is kind of the gross range of receivers, but I don't know if there's any that you want like to pull up at 173. You're in the
well, so we have Caleb. Caleb doesn't really have any backstack options, but Jaden Daniels, I don't like. Are you a believer in Jalen Lane?
Not enough to pull him in here, I don't think, because again, we already have the double stack and he gets so much of his fantasy goodness from, his running too. So I don't really feel the need. Now, if you wanted to go Eckler here or,
I didn't want to say it out loud, but yes, please do not take Eckler, Omega King or Paul. You don't need him. We do.
Okay. He went Braylon Allen, who I know you like as well. And I need to get some more Braylon Allen, but this is when I like stacking up at different positions. We already have two receivers. So totally. I love stacking up at different positions with our quarterbacks. So yeah, I like that we got running back receiver with Jaden and then receiver tight end with Caleb. That's super fun.
We got Debo and McLaurin. It's pretty awesome. We got a triple stack going on. That's great.
Yeah, hopefully the offense is good. They drafted a running back in the first round. Hopefully that protects Jaden and keeps this offense churning. So let me.
I have like a pick for us from the. I won't bring it up now, but
I was gonna say, keep it in the back pocket or throw it in the private chat. But I like it. We catch up with the chat really quick. Alan, best class blocker in the draft and natural receiver. I
think he's talking about LaQuint Allen.
LaQuint Allen. Okay, that's right. That's right. Because I was like, wait, Braylon Allen? Okay, LaQuint Allen. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Steve agreed. He's a big Hollywood guy. And then between Rice situation, Kelsey declining multiple ways for Hollywood to pay off. Mac did the Packers Jags double stack. Thanks, Chad. Okay, very nice. Yeah, I did the Jags double stack, or Steve and I did yesterday. That's fun. And it looks like you got a Packers double stack as well. And I know I've heard you talk about that, like those teams that have like just such a big receiver room, like the Bears, like we did. It's just like, we'll take a couple shots at it. And,
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Emo Cowboy's kind of down on the Packers offense in general, but I am not. I am of the belief that the Packers are a very fun offense, and Matt LaFleur is.
Oh, he's such a good coach.
A very good coach, and they are always capable of dropping 35 points each week as a team.
I don't know where I gave my 0, but I do have 0, and I mean 0 poker face. Steve's tried to teach me poker. I can't. I don't know, but I do have 0 poker face. Hartman says, "I hope you didn't want a running back stacked with your quarterback, BBG."
Are you in this draft, Hartman? You are.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Oh, you effer.
Someone mentioned
that's our guy, though.
mention
Anyways.
about tight end. When I did do more early tight end, like in the prime Kelsey days, what would burn me is it just feels hard for like, then if you're only drafting especially like one early and one late or something like that, it just feels hard for the early to smash 3 weeks in a row. So that I know that burned me with Kelsey, where he'd do great one week, terrible another week. And then like, if you really don't have a good second tight end, I don't know. That's what I've struggled with.
So we can already see it happening.
We are on the clock.
Did you take Roshan? We gotta go Roshan. Oh my gosh, got him. I thought you were gonna take him.
Did he get him?
Hartman? No, he's there. Roshan's
okay.
There.
Okay.
Yeah, we need him so bad. Perfect.
Okay. I'm just going to draft it here because I don't know what.
Oh man.
There's some queuing errors going on.
Clocks right there.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly why. Sometimes when I queue and then I get too excited, it'll like unqueue it. I'm like, no.
Yeah. What was I just going to say though? Oh, about the tight ends. But we can already see the tight ends are moving up. So Gesicki, right. Freiermuth, these guys, Mason Taylor's already at 188. All these guys were like pick 195. Like they were really far down when this opened. Everyone's coming up quick. So so there's definitely there's gonna be probably in like a couple weeks even I will be back into taking more Bowers and McBride because the pricing will just get more efficient.
So 2 more picks. What did you want to do? 2662.
Michael Wilson's a really good pick because he didn't get any competition. He's a spike week guy. I don't mind that. But I think we need wide receiver. So,
any other? I mean, I don't mind Slayton. We got Giants.
Slayton. Yeah, let's go Slayton. Slayton or Wilson. Might be able to get both if you want to go Wilson first.
Totally up to you. I'll let you call.
Let's go Wilson first and see if Slayton falls back. If we lose Slayton, no big deal. We already have Scatabo and Neighbors anyway.
Yes.
Don't really want to be like all in on the Giants offense. Like they're like a 3.5 projected win totals. But hey, that also means garbage time. So wheels up for the receivers.
I mean, we have a really strong receiver room. Do you want a third quarter or tight end? Do you want a 7th running back, a 3rd tight end? I mean, if you see a 3rd quarterback stack that jumps out to you, I've done a lot of 3 quarterback stacks just for, like you said, in BBM, getting through the gauntlet. But I guess with that, it would have to be,
honestly, I think we'll just play those 2 guys, man. Loveland, top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Just come on, Loveland, do it for us. I mean, Ferguson's a great pick. So yeah, let's just run it. Let's just say that we got enough value with those 2 picks that those guys are mispriced. Honestly, Loveland should be like pick 80, to be honest.
I think it's probably just because if they think about if they wouldn't have drafted who did we just draft? The receiver, Burden. If they wouldn't have drafted Burden in the 2nd round, how much higher would Loveland have gone? Right. Because it would have been just, that the target competition just got tighter adding Burden. So, so do you think like running back here, like a 3?
No, I think we're done at running back. I like our running back room. It turned out very nice, honestly. I think it's another, can I see our receivers again?
Yeah, absolutely. I
got the board. Okay, there we go. So we have Hollywood was our 6th, 7th was
I'll just read the whole team really quick. We're up in 7, so 2, 6, 7, 2 right now. Jaden, Kayla, both super stacked up. Achan, Scatabo, Rashad White, Tank Bigsby, Austin Eckler, Roshan Johnson. Then you got Malik Neighbors, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, Debo Samuel, Luther Burden, Hollywood Brown, Michael Wilson, Colston Loveland, and Jake Ferguson. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
This is a good problem to have, Meg. We've built such a strong team that this last pick can go like any direction. I feel fine with it.
Yeah, honestly, you really could. Like you could go I think you could do a 7th running back.
I might do a 7th running back. Yeah, because there's there's premium handcuffs here. Like Shipley to me is like the backup to Saquon if he goes down, and then he's behind the best O-line himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if what other run. I take a lot of estimate, but Shipley stands out to me. Let's take Shipley. He's in the division too. We're kind of in this Dallas, Washington Giants division. So let's take Shipley.
I like that. So we ended 2772 and super stacked up, really correlated, going Bears, Washington stacks. I really like this a lot. No, this is a fun one.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Oh, we busted up Best Ball and Calls Kyler stack.
I'm sorry, Anthony.
Okay, so it looks like we both have heavy NFC East correlations. So
we have we have Miami and I don't know what else we talked about.
Good. Always good to see our guy, Greg Spread. He and Tyler do DraftKings show. They were Wednesday this week, but they'll be every Tuesday doing DraftKings Millie Maker drafts. So check them out every Tuesday. Good. Always good to see you. Yeah. And then we can wrap this up and go through the team. So,
yeah.
Love it. So because we have a lot of drafts or a lot of teams to check out here. And we'll do a quick here, but we appreciate you. Be sure to hit that like button. If you're coming out of the draft here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, we're on our way to 1,000 subs. So hit that subscribe button, tell a friend. Best ball shows every single day, weekday, shorts, strategy shows, player take shows, live drafts like this. All right. This was fun. I'll go through our team one more quick time, Eric. But 2772, Jaden, Caleb, and then we got Achan, Scatabo, Rashad White, Tank Bigsby, Austin Eckler, Roshan Johnson, Will Shipley, and then Malik Neighbors, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, Debo Samuel, Luther Burden, Hollywood Brown, and Michael Wilson, and then Colson Lovell and Jake Ferguson. I really like this team. It's a different build structure for me, but I really like it. How do you feel?
I feel good. I think in years past, if I take Achan that early, I would never take the 7th running back just because I'm like, I've already put so much capital into running back or whatever. But at the end of these drafts, there's still guys like Shipley, Marshawn Lloyd. Like there's like direct backups, in my opinion. Estime. I know people have different opinions on that, but
sure.
Whereas like the wide receivers, like, I don't know, if you tab over to wide receiver, there's really not much like available. Down here, like it's pretty gross.
No, it's pretty gross for sure. Absolutely. And that's why, like you said, the tight ends have moved up. I mean, I would still take honestly, like a Fannin or Juwan Johnson.
Fannin is so fun. I think Fannon's playing wide receiver for them.
Arroyo. Honestly. So I think I'm going to be taking a lot of last pick tight end picks.
Juwan Johnson didn't even get drafted. And they didn't add a pass catcher in the draft. And they upgraded the O-line. They got Shuck is whatever.
Maybe it's because the Tyler Shuck fear, but still, yeah.
He's a passer, at least. Yeah. He's not a rusher. So exactly.
So no, I really, really like this team. Super correlated. I love it. So yeah, hopefully 2 million's coming our way, 1 million each, easy I like game, it. Yeah. I like it. Easy. No, but I'll tell you what, we got a tough room here. So I'll go through these quickly, but we got a tough room we're up against here. We got Frank, King of Kings in the 1 spot, 2682, Brock Purdy, Justin Fields, Caleb Johnson, Tootin, Javonte Williams, Ray Davis, Brashard Smith. That's one I'm starting to get a little more interested in. And then the Washington pick, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt as his last running back, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, JSN, Roma Dunze, Pearsall, Wandale Robinson, Alec Pierce, and Jalen Royals, and then George Kittle, Dalton Kincaid. Yeah, I mean, I know that Frank is always a sharp drafter, but yeah, I love his correlations, like the early shots on the Caleb Johnson and Tootin as his first 2 running backs there.
Yeah, Javonte really ties that room together nicely too. Honestly.
Yeah. And then obviously build out some nice stacks. So I really like what you were doing there, Frank. And thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Let's go to Omega King at the 3 spot, 2682, Jalen Hurts, Sam Darnold, Bucky Irving, David Montgomery, B-Rob, Charbonnet, Woody Marks, and Jarquez Hunter. So kind of backing up that running room with some rookie mystery box there. That's kind of fun. Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Jacoby Myers, Jaden Higgins, Shaheed, McMillan, Quentin Johnson, and Coker. And then he did the obviously more elite tight end with Trey McBride and Dallas Goedert. And it's such a good value to back up McBride with Goddard. I like that a whole lot.
And if you get a team to the finals and you have McBride, you are so happy that you have that elite tight end. And I'm sitting there with Juwan Johnson or whatever. The elite tight ends have a place. They're harder to advance, but if you get them there, it's incredible what they can do.
Right. He stacked up obviously Hurts with Devonta Smith, Goddard if he stays, which is I guess seeming more likely now. Charbonnet with Sam Darnold, and I thought he got a Seattle receiver too, but maybe I'm wrong. But no, obviously correlated everything with his quarterbacks too. Every room makes sense. So I love that Omega King. Let's go to Paul. Any thoughts on Omega King's team?
No, I was just saying, I was like, man, we had a good draft, but of course these stream drafts,
I know
actually drafting good too. So
I know.
It's hard to get this team through.
Tough competition that we're up against here for sure. So we got Paul. I was inverted 3672 from the 4 spot. I think we talked about this. He hit the 3 quarterbacks in that like sweet spot range. Herbert, Dak, Tua, and then Hampton, Junkins, another 2 nice rookies to start with, followed up by Mason, Braylon Allen, Marshawn Lloyd, and Ollie
you guys
Gordon.
are sharp. You guys are doing this right.
Yeah.
Like put in Devontae with the rookies, put it in Jordan Mason with the rookies. That's exactly how you got to do it. So
exactly. Yeah. Kudos. I know. It's like I loved our team, and then I see these teams. I'm like, oh shit. Lamb stacked up, Hill and Waddle stacked up, Garrett Wilson, Trey Harris stacked with Herbert too, Jalen Tolbert, Deontay Johnson, then TJ Hawkinson and Tucker Kraft. Yeah, another nice team.
Yeah, that's a nice team.
Yeah, and 3 really fun stacks that he got there too. So
at least we took Ferguson from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see this.
That's best ball on call.
This best ball on call. Okay, thank you. Thank you for helping me out here.
Yeah, no worries.
2583. We got Kyler Murray, Bo Nix, Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Trey Benson, Rico Dowdle, Devin Neal, and of course starting Bijan JT. You can definitely just do 5 there. So very smart allocation. Marvin Harrison, Jameson Williams, Cortland Sutton, Juwan Johnson, Jack Besh, Jalen Knoll, Pat Bryant, Isaac Tesla. So fun rookies at the end there, but like a nice start with, Marvin Harrison, JMO, Cortland Sutton, nice stacks, obviously built out. Laporta, Ingram, and the Gadsden pick. Wow, that's a fun one. That's a fun one.
Your shot on Gadsden over Conklin.
Yeah, and like you think about it, maybe if there's some good steam late, he'll get owned. But right now he's probably rarely being drafted, so you're going to get a less owned guy. Those are the kind of guys that are super fun in time box tournaments, but still fun to take here too. So, and he definitely stacked up both Kyler and Bo Nix, and again, every room makes sense. It has nice rookies to attach to obviously some solid bets. So any other thoughts on this team? Another team I like a lot.
Wish you would have taken more running backs. I don't know. I wish you would have messed up, but you didn't.
Okay, this is Hartman here. 7 spot, 3573. Cam Ward, Matthew Stafford, Anthony
Richardson.
An
interesting quarterback.
He's doing like a late quarterback build, which I'm assuming then the other rooms are going to, but like you can definitely, got a lot of upside.
Brees Hall's looking pretty nice.
Yeah. So you got Gibbs, Brees Hall, James Conner, Isaiah Pacheco, Taj Brooks. That's super fun. And then AJ Brown, Devontae Adams stacked up. Calvin Ridley, George Pickens, Josh Downs stacked with Anthony Richardson, Keon Coleman, Io Manor stacked with Cam Ward, and then Kelsey Pitts and Mason Taylor, who I believe you like Taylor to the Jets too, right?
Yeah. we don't have a second pass catcher on the team.
Exactly.
So he's a fine pick. And people try to do the pattern matching, like, Kmet was good with Fields. I don't really know. Like, I don't know too much about Mason Taylor. I remember when we were doing the day 2 live stream, I asked Steve about it because I didn't really know much about him. But
no, I think Steve really likes him too.
He's definitely the starting tight end.
Yeah, no competition there at tight end. So like waiting on quarterback, but still a lot of upside there. And then super solid.
To get that wide receiver room is pretty sick for the running backs that you also have.
Right.
To get Pickens as your 4th.
Yeah,
but
Pickens
you have Gibbs and Brees and Connor.
And that's the benefit if you can find those later quarterbacks that can hit. Like, think about it last year. If you would have done like, even like Jaden Baker or something like that, it's definitely still out there. It's just, you got to hit the right ones, but I like the shots he took there. So very fun, Hartman. And then we got Faraci at 8, 2583, Mahomes, Penix, Genti, obviously another rookie running back I love, Aaron Jones, Najee, Ramondre, Jaden Blue, Drake London, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Flowers, Olave, Cup, Keenan Allen, Elijah Moore, who's now a Bill.
He's on the Bills.
Yeah. And then Hunter Henry, Gesicki, who we talked about earlier in the show. Absolutely love. He's going 176. Like, talk about way too cheap. Way too cheap. Terrence Ferguson, that's another nice rookie upside tight end shot too. So
he's going to be good. I just don't know if it'll be this year. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm wondering why Mahomes isn't highlighted with Rice and Worthy.
Yeah, I'm not sure because obviously we're using Best Ball Overlay. We both, Eric and I, use Best Ball Overlay to help us, balance our exposures, balance out our stacks. Soon we'll have like the playoff correlations. But I'm not sure about that. But he's really stacked up Mahomes.
Well, because at first I was like, I don't really I try to do this sometimes, the Rice Worthy, and then Mahomes gets sniped for me. It's just like,
right. But he got it.
So
he got
awesome.
it. Yeah, and then you got Penix with Drake London too. So
you fell on the Najee and the Ramondre though. So
Yeah, but
And honestly, it picked
anchor with
113
Genti.
and 113 and 128 is not a bad price for those guys, to be honest.
Right, for sure. Yeah, no, so like that. And then I think we have one or two others. Yes, what's up, Watson? Ben in chat, 9spot 2592. Got Lamar Jackson, CJ Stroud. Talked about Stroud and obviously the ascending offense there. I like the Lamar stacked with Henry.
ADP even.
Yeah, absolutely. Derrick Henry, Kyron Williams, Trevion Henderson, Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard. That's again a nice 5 running back room there. And then Nico Collins, Darnell Mooney, Christian. And this is why he's obviously doing quantity here. So he's anchored by Nico, but then he had Mooney, Kirk, Kyle Williams. So the double stack of Kirk and Collins with Stroud, and then Mooney, Kyle Williams, Cedric Tillman, Leggett, Isovis, Slayton, who we were discussing, Turpin, Tyler Warren, and Pat Freiermuth. Yeah, I think you can. I mean, I'm honestly a little higher on Tyler Warren than most, even to the Colts. I think they can find creative ways to use them. So I don't mind just doing 2 tight ends there and 5 running backs to allow you to get quantity, since, you needed more quantity at receiver. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm the Colts scare me because Richardson only throws the ball like 18 times a game. But
I'm a big believer, and I forget which one of our folks drafted Richardson, but I'm a big believer Danny Dimes is going to hold Daniel Jones, who not a quarterback I've been impressed with, but we don't know like him.
Yeah, well, he'll throw the ball more at least.
He'll throw the ball more, and like who knows, maybe he'll be upgraded with Steichen, just like all these other quarterbacks like Darnold was with last year.
Honestly, yeah, Daniel Jones with the weapons they have on the Colts in the dome would be pretty fun most weeks, I think.
Yeah. No, especially in the dome, and then maybe Steichen brings something out of him. I think I got to everybody. Did I get K-Mac? Was which team number?
He's 12.
Okay, he was the 12 spot. Thank you.
Yeah. Packers, Jacksonville.
That's right. He was at the turn. Okay, I like this a lot. 3-6-7-2 at the turn. Love Lawrence. Obviously, the double stacks with both Bryce Young stacked up here with McCaffrey, Hubbard, Warren, Tyler Algier, Dylan Sampson, Jalen Wright, and then he's got BTJ, DJ Moore, Travis Hunter, double stack there. Golden, Jaden Reed, double stack there. And then Brandon Ayuk, Adiani Mitchell, I can never say his name right. And then Mark Andrews, who we talked about being a great value, and Cade Otton, and obviously correlated Chuba with Bryce Young. I really like this team a lot too. Really nice stacks. Nice stacks correlation. Again, to hit 3 quarterbacks in that range is really, really nice. And then you kind of got the double anchor,
got strong running backs,
and still like strong receiver stacks and everything too. So
yeah.
Oh, damn, Eric, this is going to be a tough room to get out of.
It's a tough one. Yeah, bookmark this one. I kind of want to see who
I'll definitely be obviously labeling. I label all my drafts with Steve. I'll label all my friends of best ball drafts, so I know who to split 1 or 2 million with. Got to make sure it's labeled correctly here. But we had a lot of fun. And I apologize if I didn't get to some as I was reading these, but we appreciate everybody in the chat, in the draft with us. There were so many of you all in the draft. So DJ Quill said, thank you for getting me through this last hour of work. appreciate you in here. We appreciate that. Fantasy Football Garage. Don't forget to check out Eric, myself, Steve, PPR Tyler, Emo Cowboy, Cody. We're all going to be on Fantasy Football Garage's channel this evening doing eliminators. So check that out. So any final thoughts for the people? Oh, here we go. We got our guy Cody. Good to see you, Cody. Late to the party, but good to see you. Ben asked, what do you think about Leggett? I have never been a big Leggett fan. I know Steve was like out on him last year, thinking it was a little too raw.
I'm out.
But, yeah, especially I think with the draft pick, obviously, spending the round 1 capital. Obviously, they weren't happy with the Leggett.
So here's this.
But I like the rest of your draft, Ben.
I've been talking crap about Bryce forever, and I've capitulated because they took Tet, and I love Tet, so now I have to take Bryce Young because I take Tet all the time.
Right.
And then that got me into actually going back and watching, because everyone's like, Bryce Young was a changed man at the end of last season. If you look at all of his advanced metrics, they were amazing. I mean, I'm constantly getting that in the chat. So I went back and watched the games. Sure, he looked a little bit better. I'll tell you what, though, Leggett looks bad. He looks bad. He was the only prospect that's ever been like this 5th year, like round 1 drafted wide receiver. So he was like going to be an anomaly if he worked out. I can pretty much definitively say it's not working out. he does not look good.
Which is why they went for their first round pick in the top 10. You know, they were like,
exactly.
we need to upgrade.
And then they restructure Thielen. So he's on the field over Leggett. And then Coker is.
I like the film review, BBG. Hartman's giving you a hard time.
It's over for us. No, Hartman, I mean, he's saying it's over for us because I'm going to start taking down all these contests. But no, I mean, yeah, Coker definitely looked a lot better, like way better. He looked better than Thielen. He looked like the best wide receiver on the team. And I've been talking shit about Coker too, to be honest. So because he's a 5th round draft pick and they just took Tet in the top 8 picks. So
right.
I just don't like. I still think Leggett is out there because of the draft capital that they spent on him last year. It's still Canales is the head coach. Maybe if it was a new head coach, I would feel differently about that. But it's still Canales, and they took the guy in the 1st round.
Right. That's what
I think he's out there at least in the beginning of the season. If he's bad enough, though, I think they will go to Coker or at least something like that. He was a UDFA, even better. Yeah. So I don't know, like, if drafting a UDFA after they went Tet at the 8 pick is the move there, but I'm not taking Leggett. I'll tell you that much. After watching that film, because I was someone in my chat brought up a point like, oh, maybe Tet will like allow Leggett to shine because he'll be taking good coverage away from him, whereas Leggett kind of had to operate as like that X last year in a way.
Right.
So that was an interesting concept. And so I kind of looked into that a little bit more, but no, I think Leggett is bad.
Yeah, no, I think we all agree there. But to Ben's draft, I liked a lot of the other picks. So, but you asked our opinion on that, and good to see our guy Tyler in chat. Obviously, BBG was just on with Tyler and PPR Tyler yesterday. But howdy, friends, always good to see you, Tyler. Always appreciate you. Yeah. Any final thoughts before we head out of here, BBG?
No, subscribe to Fanspeak, guys. Get these guys to 1,000 subscribers. And
thank you. You'll see us on for 24 hours total. We'll do a 24-hour live stream. I'm too old to do 24 hours, so definitely will be a rotation.
You guys are cheating. You guys are fully cheating. You guys have like 8 people doing like 4 hours. No, it's all good.
We'll do a lot of overlap. We do have Broody. We're going to be working on.
I need to see Steve in that chair for 24 hours.
Steve's takes for 24 hours. It'll help us all. I don't know. Steve and I are not young. I don't know if Steve and I could pull off 24 hours, but we will definitely do a 24-hour stream on the Fanspeak Network. Help us get to 1,000 subs for sure. We appreciate you, Eric. This has been a ton of fun. There will be Friends of Best Ball every single Friday. We've got Tyler, Emo Cowboy will be on with me next Friday. PPR Tyler. I'm going to be reaching out to Cody and Fantasy Football Garage and Who Hames, everybody in the our fun best ball community will be my friend this summer. And I'm very happy.
You and Steve I got to get you guys on.
We would love it. We would love it. That's what's so bad. Did you see that someone just did like an article about how awesome the best ball community is and like just a lot of love and all that stuff? It was going around on Twitter yesterday, but it's so true. I
think best ball is so early on. I mean, we are only 5 years of underdog, right? Like this game that we're playing here, like it's so fun. Like there's not anything more fun that you can do online, in my opinion. Video games are fun, but honestly, this is like a strategy game to me, and it's totally incredibly fun when you add in the fact that you can win life-changing money. Like I love best ball. I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger, so I'm happy to be a part of the early stages.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we appreciate everybody in chat. Appreciate you all drafting with us. We would love to come on your channel, BBG. Hopefully would love to have you back. I was starting to say, hopefully in like probably 2 weeks or so, we'll start doing some best ball Jeopardy, which we did last year, but we'll get you guys involved, and then winner will face Steve. That'll be a good time. I promise you, that'll be a good time. I think you called your shot that like you know.
I want to do the Jeopardy for sure. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, we're gonna get you on. Yeah, we're gonna get you on. So no, we appreciate everybody. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Check out Fantasy Football Garage, which Eric and I will both be on tonight. And for Eric, I'm Meg, and we will see you next time.